Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Friday night, November 17th live stream for studentloanjustice.org. I'm going to get right into it tonight, folks. There's a concerted effort to spin the media today and yesterday out from the Department of Education, Department of Justice. They are trying to make it seem like virtually everyone who attempted to discharge their loans in bankruptcy got approved by the Department of Education, Department of Justice, and ultimately in bankruptcy court. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big, fat whopper of a lie. Now, technically, it's not a lie, but it's a big lie. And I would just urge you to read any of the articles that are out there right now trying to make this claim. So here's the real story, guys. Bankruptcy has been essentially impossible for student loans for 30, 40 years, going back to the 1970s. This administration, Joe Biden promised us, actually, in fact, even his undersecretary of education gave me some commitments that they would stop opposing student loan borrowers in bankruptcy court. And what they did was not that. What they did was they took over the process, the Department of Education and Justice. They took over the process out of the hands of a judge, for all intents and purposes, and put the decision of something called undue hardship in the hands of the Department of Education and the Department of Justice, aka the government, aka the lender. So the lender is now making the determination about whether you qualify for a bankruptcy or not. So, okay, that's the very abbreviated story. So today, an article comes out saying that, and there's a special attestation form you got to fill out. There's a special process uniquely for student loans that you have to go through. It's very expensive, several $1,000s that you have to pay an attorney on top of your bankruptcy fee, et cetera, et cetera. But so this got rolled out 1 year ago, and as of a month or so ago, it was being reported that of something like 632 people that filled out this so-called attestation form, fewer than 45 people got even partial discharges on their loans. And it looked like pretty solid research to me. So today, we got a press release out from the Department of Justice and, a tip of the hat from Undersecretary James Kowal to the Justice Department, where they claim that virtually all of the cases were discharged. But here is the trick. They didn't say exactly that. There was some fine print involved. They said that all cases for which an order or a judgment happened, so where an order or a judgment was entered into the public record, virtually all of those people got at least partial discharges on their student loan debt. So that is a trick, and we don't know actually how many people that is, but from what I can tell, as of a month ago, it was fewer than 45 people. So let's take a step back here, ladies and gentlemen. Every single year, around 200,000 people with student loans file for bankruptcy. So we're talking about a discharge rate, 50 people, 200,000 out of 50 people out of 200,000. We're talking about a discharge rate of 0.03%. That's assuming that 50 people, 45 people got the discharge. Could be less than that. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't believe this bullshit. Our opposition has been seeding stories like this in the media for years now. Every year, maybe twice a year, there's something like, oh, look, this guy got his loans discharged in bankruptcy. It's a step in the right direction. And for nearly 20 years now, we've been seeing these steps in the right direction to make student loans dischargeable in bankruptcy like all other loans. Ladies and gentlemen, we've seen hundreds, probably maybe even thousands of articles at this point. talking about how bankruptcy is on the brink, on the horizon for student loan borrowers because this case or that case, or this new bankruptcy process, or this tweak or that fix or that modification to the federal student loan program. Ladies and gentlemen, don't believe it. Be smarter than that. It's a complete whitewash. It's propaganda. And, the article that I looked at today, CNBC, those people ought to be ashamed of themselves. Seriously. And, I used to know and like Annie Nova, the reporter for CNBC. CNBC, believe it or not, came to my house and spent like 2 days in my digs filming me and stuff like that for a very good feature, like an hour-long documentary about the student loan program that they aired in, I want to say 2010 or 11 or so. CNBC used to do good work on this issue, but here, and this is true for almost all media these days, all they do is take these press releases from this government office or another, and they just regurgitate it. They don't try to balance their journalism. They didn't, like Annie certainly didn't come to us asking for our opinion of this new bankruptcy process. It's not a step in the right direction. It's a moonwalk, ladies and gentlemen, a moonwalk, like Michael Jackson, not Neil Armstrong. So, ladies and gentlemen, please wake up. Wake up to the disinformation that's out there, the misinformation, disinformation that's out there. It's literally probably around 95% of the articles that we see about student loans. This is what the bad guys do. They distract. They do everything they can possibly do to keep us down, to keep us sitting on our hands, watching, waiting, wondering what they're going to do with student loans, paying, which is what they really want, wringing our hands. Don't give them the pleasure, guys. We need to fight. We need to fight. This is your battle. These are your student loans. The loans are turned back on now. We don't have the bankruptcy leverage, the bankruptcy rights that the founding fathers called for in the Constitution. We don't have it. And we're not going to sue our way out of this, ladies and gentlemen. Jurisprudence in this country has absolutely and completely failed us. And that's another conversation for another night. But this one's up to us, guys, the people. And when I say the people, I mean the people on this group right here, studentloanjustice.org. There are no other groups in the country fighting this fight, guys. And I'm here to tell you that as long as we don't have the leverage of bankruptcy return to these loans, we're going to be begging Joe Biden or the next president or the next attorney general, the next secretary of education forever to do nice things. What we will see is the nonsense that we've already seen, that we're seeing now today here, this minute. This is your battle. These are your loans. We wouldn't have been doing this for 18, nearly 19 years now if more people had stood up and realized that they need to fight. Well, this is your wake-up call. You need to help us fight. This is your financial livelihood that hangs in the balance of this nonsense. And unless and until you start fighting this battle, we're going to be fucked, pardon my French, forever. It's true that this lending system has catastrophically failed. Before the pandemic, nearly 3 in 5 student loan borrowers were not paying on their loans. But you know what, guys? Here's the sad truth. With even 2 out of 5, with only 2 out of 5 people paying on their student loans, that's enough for the Department of Education to break even. So they can do this forever. And, we're not talking about a for-profit bank that would have shut down this lending fiasco years or decades ago. We're talking about the federal government, and they can do bad shit, for a very long time. Pardon my French. So whatever's holding you back, I would urge and beg you to kick that to the curb and help us, this group, fight. Because, as I said, unless and until we have the leverage of bankruptcy on our side, we're going to be begging Joe Biden, the next president, forever to do nice things. And all we're going to see is this whitewash, nonsense, propaganda endlessly. And you're going to be screwed for the rest of your life under this predatory debt. Founding fathers are on our side, guys. 38 million distressed student loan borrowers are on our side. But we got to fight. And you cannot unhear that. We are the veterans. We are the tip of the spear, the eye of the storm. In fact, we are the spear. We are the storm. You cannot unhear that. You have no idea how important you can be. And the first and best thing that you can do is start doing our daily actions every single day. We do daily actions, not every day, but nearly every day. You can see the link to it there. You can go to our website, look at the top, and you can see our daily actions there as well. Today, for example, yesterday, I should say, we're pushing Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan is chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, and it's very likely that our bankruptcy legislation has got to go through him. And also the Speaker of the House, the new guy, Mike Johnson, by the way. These people are Republicans. These are not good people, necessarily. And we hate both parties, make no mistake. The Democrats are fake, and the Republicans are just vicious. We don't like either party, but that doesn't mean that we don't have to push them. Don't let your cynicism be an excuse for being lazy. We've gotten very close in this group. Last session, we got just extraordinarily close to finally getting our bankruptcy rights returned. But what's missing is you. What's missing are people, normal, living, breathing, human being people. So as I said, you need to throw off whatever's holding you back from this fight. You should be proud to be fighting this fight. As I said, the founders are on our side, 38 million people in the country are on our side, and quite frankly, hundreds of millions of people who are going to follow in our footsteps. We are fighting for. This is a fight worth fighting. We do nothing more than tell the truth. And it feels good at the end of the day to do that. It's cathartic. So you're not better than us. You are not. You're stuck on this. You're stuck in this mess right along with everybody else. And you're not accepted from getting your hands a little muddy, maybe a little bloody in this battle. So just remember that this Friday night. As I said, we're doing daily actions nearly every day, and you need help. So, okay, guys, that's it for tonight. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Oh, one last thing. If you can donate, please do it. Thanks to everybody who donated this week. It was a very difficult week for us. We still need to raise, I think, $40 this week. So if 2 people donate $20, that will do it. Let me just dial in that link for you before I go. There it is. You got to type it in. Sorry about that. But just please help with that. So, okay, guys, I'll be back on Sunday. Have a great weekend. Good luck. God bless and Godspeed.